civilians of million dollars in damages, jurors concluded that CACI interrogators and civilian mistreated even invaded non-person carried out Operation Speedy Express. This was one of the most controversial U.S. campaigns in Vietnam. You can get an idea of the WikiLeaks that nearly 11,000 enemy killed, only 7 and Operation Speedy Express carried out from December 1968 to May 1969 and one under Major General at the official restoring bases, fixing highways, and reestablishing the region. A strong Vietnam was Operation Success has prevented two America's big the enemy lost 11,000 with a ratio of 45 to 1 and only decisive victory. And honestly, I mean, those numbers can play out in the course of the entire Vietnam War. Yeah, the U.S. lost 250, this kind of thing here, I think we see probably negative effects played out in the region. Almost gets the fact that only about 7
should be 400 meters.
Factories. We've destroyed the factories, but now they're rebuilding the factories. So if destroying the factories doesn't work, how will we kill people in those factories so they can't rebuild them, so they can't so they can't kill them? That's kind of the way the thought process works. And so all things civilians have to pay the price. Military of the civilian was treated from U.S. firepower, not Viet Cong attacks. Their conclusion was that thousands of civilians killed during Speedy Express. No gun massacre. This was summer of 1950 during the Korean War. This tragedies took place on the railway bridge near the village of U.S. commanders were afraid that Korean soldiers would disguise themselves as civilians, so they ordered refugee movements to be blocked. Declassified documents later showed that some commands actually went to the government authorizing troops to fire on civilians who approached and disasters as waves of refugees fled south. The advanced Korean army reached the U.S. lines, and there they were stopped, searched, and grouped near the railway tracks by no-gun Reed. American planes then shot at them. Survivors say rail troops soon opened fire too, driving them into the corners and hitting them down in the bridge underpasses. Hundreds of South Korean refugees, mostly women, children, and the elderly, were caught under fire, and for 3 days, families and U.S. veterans hitting numbers ranging from dozens to several million. A South Korean government I'm somehow
in enemy areas. I can't remove the driver, but I need the gunners.
Most likely much higher, around 250, 300, nearly half of the confirmed victims were children. Decades, the story was silenced as survivors lived in fear.
They're trying to get me out of it. The engine's broken so I can drive it, but I stole a tank.
Is that both sides had authoritarian regimes just happened to be fighting for one. It was just Cold War and the policy of containment. Vietnam is another aspect of that. But then a bunch of this is going on at a time when we are trying to contain communism. In 1999, the Associated Press exposed to the story that by introducing survivors and U.S. veterans who were survivors and veterans of the Holocaust and South Korean governments investigated the U.S. was 2,000 women and civilians had been killed by American air. It described it as a tragic accident. President is the thing, just because of war. And it doesn't mean that one of those people, one of those pilots, take it upon themselves intentionally to do it. So definitely in an accident.
What?
Investigators, however, concluded that their conclusions was derived from missing members and assistant testimony of members of the time of treatment as enemy agents. Later, more declassified documents strengthened the case. One was a letter dated July 26, 1950, to the U.S. ambassador in Seoul, reporting that the U.S. military had adopted a policy of shooting victims.
Enemy cover destroyed. Now they're on the tank.
Also stopped minor investigations in South Korea allegedly to cases of alleged investigations of civilians as well as standard players. There's probably so many things that can go on. How often it took years for the information to come out. Of course, people that economics and assets of the San Ambassador on November 29, 1860. John Jimmy that the Native American camp there's the day the 60th the Americans.
Ураган все поземлим. Нас атакуют в точке дрова.
The United States also
That enemy little bird in the farm.
I mean, that to me seems about as reasonable as you can get as an American chief to say, hey, we're friends, we're fighting. I mean, you make that pretty clear. There's a bunch of orders on the way, and most of them are able to fight despite this. Clinton soldiers attack. Witnesses later described the So now listen, I can
Is it better to capture it or destroy it?
Jo, torta. Torta, brate, behind you, look behind you.
White flags will protect them. That's where in Colorado, Washington, streets evidence of the investigations following officers and SEALs testified about relations and souls. Despite the findings,
You are talking, but I don't hear you.
Hold on.
What?
concentration camps during the American War concentration camps were used for autonomous. And one American officer described them as some suburb of hell. You'll soon understand why. Back then, General James Franklin Bell took command. That's how long it would be seen as a
Someone shoots this helicopter down.
We're almost there, bro.
What?
Ураган всем позывным. Нас атакуют в точке Бизон.
Hey, Danger, we're friendly, bro.
Внимание всем подразделениям. Говорит ураган. Наши войска скоро начнут штурм базы. Циксон. Внимание всем подразделениям. Говорит ураган. Наши войска скоро начнут штурм базы. Бизон.
These men are despicable human beings who should have been punished to the fullest extent of the law for what they did. If you read it in the context of it, it's there's to the story. I can maybe digest it, but basically, totally lost. Let me tell you what he really did. It comes across to Weston's. So remember, Evansville grabbed her hand and said, "How about a date, baby?" Evans tried to flee. Evansville followed her to Castle Resort, forcefully grabbed her waist and said, "What's the matter, man? Can you take it?" He told her she didn't need to be afraid and explained, "Quote, I will fight with you." Okay, so according to was this said, right? This is what she used him, right? So on the basis that she was being completely honest and therefore everything that happened afterwards is because this, black kid did this. That's what it's one of his friends and turned out forcefully. So as well as so yeah, it's him inside himself. No, that's not what that is. Those are all is it so now, let me point out to you that, because his father was executed during World War II for similar things. Well, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. It was still able to study during World War II for prison for domestic violence. When hostile behavior did not change the receipts of square marshal from an allied civilian at the time campaign, 12 raped, pregnant type women. Yeah, so there's some questions about the efficacy of the efforts of his trial. That suggests that it was still explicit. Is executed in this period of lost reference to the France. It's not actually French military, the same level, the same area the only American executed for desertion in World War II was originally anti-Semitic, but it's where only executed Americans in World War II are buried in one cemetery. But listen, I mean, it's all. time she said, because of course, of all of the people involved in this case, we should certainly believe her. It's alive until this happened many years after his death. And the claim from the left and media activists is that Bryant later recanted her allegations and until her physically assaulted her. They say that Bryant admitted in her dying interview. And she this is an important part of the story, and here's ABC repeating that. So actually, the previous video clip that he showed had her saying said that she recanted parts of the story, and not the whole thing. Says that it's Bible tells says that's what's going on. I trained in Mississippi. It's what I tried to police. It's because of my plan of racist.
Ураган всем позывным. Нас атакуют в точке «Салют».
In 2007, she told me that she died. Apologized to the black families. What you should notice about all these stories is how definitive they are. All the official versions of the Evansville story make the claim that beyond the shadow of doubt, Bryant admitted she was reformed, which everyone accepts this firm. That's like what they just said was that she's supposed to have said this to Evelyn. I mean, if that's the narrative they're not saying, they did not. He's framing this as them saying they're presenting this as the definitive argument. No, they didn't say in what he just played. She definitely admitted that she lied. No, they gave the context. They said that in 2007 she said this to him. Okay, that's years ago. Black activists tried to have prison. At the time, she was already okay, what's the point? If she committed a crime,
Ураган всем позывным. Нас атакуют в точке «Дымок».
Believing her, but not believing anyone else. This story is from the Washington Post. The article is from 2021. Justice Department has closed the latest federal investigation into the 1855 lynching of Emmett Till in the Parliament of Mississippi. Proceedings. Justice Department officials said Monday that the FBI questioned Ryan about his statements to the lynching and the authors
She got ejected? Fucking cry baby, bro.
It's quite possible that the guy writing the book made it up to sell books more. And she sent it to him and said, listen, this is off the record. Don't report this. If you acknowledged it to him because she didn't want to implicate herself in a murdering trial or anything else. Either way, I just wrote down the most proof back to the context of, in the end, here's what it is, right? But the professor represented, he had reported 2 interviews with her. He was definitely out of only one recording, which is not to take the lead on the picture. He transported his heart to the mountain tape. Officials in some land is on the line for the president, which he died faithfully. So he said, and it's today lying to us. To her. The lying claim for her cancer claim she did, and they're burying a lot of information about the case of Emmett Till. In fact, his father was very distant. If they're telling the truth about any aspect of this particular story, like
Ураган всем позывным. Нас атакуют в точке гранит.
investigation. Expansion. The cell phone, experts and their experts, attorney airport system, investigating team. Experts with us.